Hi there, Evan here at the Chronicle for Thursday, March 26th, 2020, where that future starts today. Well, we saw the US jobless claims number this morning for last week, 3.28 million. We know in Canada, close to 1 million people have applied for EI the past 2 weeks. What I'm going to do in this video is, both from the real estate side and the business cycle side, mention how unemployment plays into both and how it fits in the overall grand scheme of things. The first diagram I'm going to overlay for you, this is the business cycle doom loop scenario. Unemployment, spending stops, business profits lower, leases and debts can't be repaid. You can start at any point on this chart. Same applies for the real estate one too, you'll see why in a minute. Start at any point in this chart, work your way counterclockwise, and that's how this scenario is really going to play out. Because of the virus and the mandatory shutdowns that have come of it, spending has already stopped. Business profits lower, pretty self-explanatory, lower sales, lower profits. Here's the third one. Leases and debt can't be repaid. Now, if you followed the equity markets, if you followed the corporate bond markets the past couple of months, they've been right out in front of this and gotten it exactly right. Credit spreads have blown out, equities have gotten hammered because of lower profit expectations going forward. Now the stock and corporate bond markets have been all over this since roundabout early February. Had to lower profit expectations, and then credit spreads blew out as they knew because of this, the ability to repay their debt obviously went way down. And then when leases or debt can't be repaid, and they know that consumer spending profits are going to be lower in the future, it leads to unemployment, and round we go until we break it. Next, I'm going to show a diagram of the real estate doom loop scenario and show real estate and business are largely intertwined. Asset prices fall, spending stops. Again, the declining wealth effect from declining asset prices affects spending power in the real economy, especially on the consumer side. Done many videos on this. And then pulling from the business side, profits lower, debt and business leases can't be repaid. And then of course, expecting a slower economy, much less consumer spending going forward. Companies then have to fire workers, unemployment. And now play in this one. Rents fall. On a residential side, think about it. Remember the video I did a couple of months ago where I stated I thought Toronto rents had peaked. By the way, absolutely prescient call, probably my best one on this channel, but I digress. I mentioned one of the reasons in that video, rising unemployment was going to lead to what? Deteriorating tenant quality, which is then going to lead to lower rents. And then from there, we can progress on the chart back to asset prices falling. And of course from here, this is where the excessive debt loads play into it. Landlords have a massive amount of debt, lower rents mean lower cash flow, and then from a simple math standpoint, they then have to go ahead and sell. That part's pretty self-explanatory. Now the biggest question you're going to ask, how are the two intertwined? We'll have a look. First, I'm going to show the business cycle doom loop scenario. Second, I'm going to show the real estate doom loop scenario. All I did was separate unemployment and spending and put rents and asset prices in there. And what was the biggest asset driving the Canadian economy for the better part of the last 20 years? We know it, it's housing. And a majority of it, of course, was people taking on way more debt than they should to buy homes and using that fake wealth to go out and spend in the real economy. And as the saying goes, the bigger the bubble gets, the worse we feel it on the way down. Right now, that's the scenario we're in. And remember, no, it has nothing to do with the virus. The virus is the trigger, but not the cause. The cause of this was excessive debt. We all know that. And one last thing before we go. Think about what indicator called all this over a year ago and got it exactly right. That's right, the yield curve. Yield curve inversion precedes recession. And think about what's happened here. No matter what the scenario, no matter what caused it, all we can say is the yield curve got it right. Whew. Tons we covered there. Best place to go ahead and leave it. Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, follow both my accounts on Twitter. And as always, my name is Evan. This is the Machronicle, where the future starts today.